What's up, guys? This is with Externally for High Level, and I've got Sam Carlson from Uphex joining me today. We're going to talk about how Uphex is helping SaaS agencies get a killer offer inside their business, and actually how I used Uphex for my own restaurants. And Sam's gotten screenshots of me in the middle of the night from me bragging about how good this was. I'm going to share a little bit details on that as well. Well, actually, to kick it off, I used Uphex myself for my restaurants. And that's why we decided, hey, we need to do a webinar because the results were great. And I thought, Sam, we need to share this with my community as well, because it's really a proven fact that it helps. It improves your conversions. So in my restaurants across 6 different locations, it lowered my cost per action on the or cost per lead rather on the restaurants. And before, what I was using was directly in Facebook and running the ads directly. And not only that, across 6 different locations, it made it implementing the ad here from one to the other, to the other, to the other, in across all 6 locations. So we're going to talk about how Sam helped an agency bring in, what is it, 53 clients, Sam, right? With the offer?
My agency.
Your agency. Okay. There you go. So that's proof in the pudding there. Sam, welcome to the group here with Externally. And I'll hand it over to you to share how you did it.
Thanks, buddy. Real quick. So the dinging, I want to make sure that's not coming from my computer. Are you hearing a dinging?
Yeah, that's people joining.
Whoa, look at the crowd is going wild out there. Okay, well, then those are good dings.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, I'm excited to be here with you and the whole crew. Just, I've got a webinar. We're going to go through the webinar. I think parts of it I'm going to modify a little bit today. By show of hands, and I can't see all the people on this. By show of hands, if you've been in the agency game and established for some time, if you would raise your hand or do the hand emoji. Okay. All right. And let me see a couple other screens. Keep them raised. Keep them raised. Okay. We got quite a few folks here that are seasoned in this space. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. If you don't mind, what I'm going to do is, and are you seeing right now, Ben, are you seeing my
Yes.
presentation here?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not going to make 5 minutes for this. But what I'm going to do is this webinar follows a framework that delivers on a couple of promises. And but because you guys are seasoned today, I'm going to go through and touch on some of these parts and then get to the meat and cheese at the end of this. But I want to start out by saying thanks to my buddy. This was the only picture I could get of you because I know you were traveling, or else I would have said, hey, give me a full body pic, like, whatever. But this is what I got. But I want to say thanks.
The screen may be frozen. I'm still at the 5-minute, the first screen that you showed.
Oh, is everybody else seeing a handsome picture of Beyond? No. All right. Well, what is going on here?
I think you might be sharing like a tab or something, or window instead of entire screen. So it might not be in the presentation mode.
Let's try this. Share. And then how about that?
There we go. That's a really old picture. That's from my, I think a day before my wedding or something.
Well, handsome is all that matters. All right. So thanks to you, buddy. I appreciate you doing this. And then, of course, thanks to everybody who showed up live doing this. But I've been in this space for a long time. I've been doing webinars for a long time. And one of the things that I know that really makes these a great experience is when people engage, right? So the number one thing before we get started, after I say thank you to all you live participants, is grab the chat and put something in there. Put a 1 there, a 2 in there, a thumbs up. Hey, I'm excited to be here, wherever you're from. Grab the chat and let me know that you guys are here and that you're ready to engage, because I think this should be fun. All right, awesome. Let me move the chat screen over here. Awesome. Heidi, happy to be here. Steve, I'm ready. Jose, 1, excited to be here. All right, awesome. Let's rock and roll. So you guys are here live, and whenever people show up live, always reward people who show up live. You're taking time out of your day. So I got something special for you guys at the very end of this that I've never done before. So that's not a cliffhanger. This is actual legitimate, a true thing that I'm giving away. I want to do something special for Beyond. He's a good buddy of mine, and I want to make sure that the extended crew sees the value in what they're learning here today. So let's get started. So today I'm going to show you a model that I installed into my agency. Okay. Yes, we did get 53 customers in a single webinar. And I want to show you how that works in your agency. I know you guys, sounds like we got a lot of seasoned people here, which is awesome. But I want to show you a model that we're using that absolutely crushing it. And it's a model that in my niche, which I have an agency that helps, doctors of chronic pain. It works there awesome, but it works for any niche that is agency serving local businesses. Okay. So we're not doing e-commerce, or we're not doing, any of that kind of stuff. We're working with local businesses who offer services. That is the name of this game. And I used this same webinar to not just get 53 customers in a single webinar, but 127 in about 2.5 months doing, I think it was the webinar 3 or 4 times. Okay. And the same webinar model that I'm going to show you actually allowed me to take my agency and reduce my cost by 60%, and then reduce my workload, which before this and after it was night and day, to about 10 hours a week. And it's not just me either. We have a lot of people installing this. I know Beyond talked about it, but we've had people that have installed this and had quick wins. Adam did it, 10K in additional revenue by bolting this model on top of existing SMMA agency. Forrest got 35 paying customers in 2 weeks by making a single post. Alex used it, and his story is actually pretty crazy. We'll get into that here in just a minute. I don't like to get crazy here. And also we've got the legalities of the FTC. I can't, even though I can verify what you're going to see here today, I'm not going to make you stupid claims that it's going to work for you no matter what. I don't have any magical pixie dust here. This is real work. Results will vary. All right. You guys ready to go? Grab the chat again. I'm looking at it right on my second screen. Grab the chat. Are you ready to get into the meat and potatoes of what we got? Frederick? Yes. Seth? Yes. Ready? Let's go. All right. So I don't want to beat a dead horse. Okay. But, all right. Now this is a big but. It covers the whole screen. All right. But the reality is, and you guys have done this long enough, some models are harder to sell than others. So selling websites, review automation, SEO, email, chat, all that stuff. Some of them they're not all created equal. Some are harder to promote and harder to get customers. One, because they've been around a lot. So a tactic known is a tactic blown. Okay. And then 2 is just the nature of competition. There's a lot of people who sell websites. So getting customers, that becomes a challenge. And again, I'm not saying that any of these are bad. None of those are bad. These are all amazing business models, in fact. Okay. But the reality is that some are harder to grow than others. And maybe the hardest, but most lucrative, potentially, I think, of them all is the SMMA model. That's been the model I've used since 2015. And everybody who is in that model, when you start it, you're like, hey, look at me. I'm a lead getter, super fancy boy, right? But for those of you who don't know exactly what social media marketing is, again, I'm not sure that we have a big crew that doesn't, but it's basically the business that provides local businesses with lead generating services. Okay. Now here's some things we need to know, some ground facts that we need, or ground rules, I guess we can establish about SMA. One, the average retainer is about $1,500. Okay. Marketing math makes that a fun, idea in your head. Okay. It's true that clients can get decent, pretty good ROI using this model because they can get a lot of leads, a lot of customers. And it is true that the barrier to entry, if you look at all of the models that you can, in terms of a business that you can start, I mean, it's a lot more expensive to start a pizza Beyond can attest than it is to start an SMMA company, right? So this is some facts that I think we can all agree on. But here's something that a lot of people don't know when they get to this amazing opportunity is that the average client lasts, I think, is 1.8 months. So less than 2 months. Okay. That's not good to have a high churn business like that. Okay. Those clients, well, some clients do get awesome results. And those are the ones that people publish case studies. A lot of clients have a hard time getting ROI for a variety of reasons. And then the average agency only has 3 clients. That's not good. And I think it's a compilation of everything. We're going to jump into that. And mostly it's because things in this model are a lot more complicated than at face value. We don't know how, or when we start the business, we didn't know how many people are going to require. We didn't know that our costs were going to go crazy. In fact, we thought, when we started this model, that they were going to be super low all the time. And then operations and delivery and products and the services we provide, it gets pretty complicated. Okay. And everything, the business takes a lot longer to build than we really thought before we got in. The good news is this is the old way of doing things. This was the way when I said I sold 53 customers with one webinar, it was not doing it this way. All right. It was doing it a new and different way, which is what I'm excited to show you guys today. And it was a shift away from services and a focus on automation and software. That's why all of you guys are here. Okay. All of you guys are here, but I'm assuming there's probably a few of you who are still doing the manual SMMA media buyer, whatever the case may be. And while we all know what GHLs are, otherwise you wouldn't be here, right? I think today what we're going to see in this model might excite you if you haven't heard of this. Okay, so we call this the software solution agency. Notice the little spin, not software as a service, because we can focus on the drill, but we really want the whole. So solutions are what we are in the game. Okay, this is what we call a super SaaS agency. We powered by automation. We do not sell services. We make sure that it's easy to sell, which means that our introductory offer, the trial offer, needs to have sizzle. Okay, we need that component, and then again, easy to operate. So it's got the sizzle and it's got the steak. All right. A lot of this, and you guys, this is kind of like the horse's mouth when I give this webinar, isn't it? It's outsourceable. Right. So this is you guys. This is actually one of our customers using this model. He's sitting here on the beach, sending me a message on Messenger saying, I'm running my agency from the beach. The last year has been a busy year for me. Okay. I've owned and operated an agency, over 100 clients. Okay. Launched a software company called Uphex. Okay. Been a dad of 4 growing kids, which have a kid that just graduated from high school. So I got all sorts of new things coming my way, but it's been a crazy year and I still had time to do all this cool stuff. Okay. And for me, I don't drive around fancy cars. I don't do that. That's not for me. This is my, if you want to call it flexing, this is my flexing. This is what matters to me, is time with my family. So Moab, Hawaii, Grand Canyon, Greece, Italy, Pompeii, Hawaii. And I took my parents to Hawaii. Right. And so I don't say this again to brag. I'm just saying that when it comes to building a business, why are you doing it if not for that? Right. So some of you may be asking, okay, well, how did you run an agency and still have time to travel? How did you manage to get new clients and maintain performance, which is a big one, right? A lot of us feel like we're attached to our agency all the time. And then can you do the same in your agency? Let me show you. So first of all, if you don't know me, my name is Sam Carlson. I've been an entrepreneur for my entire life. My last job was working in Wells Fargo Bank when I was like 21 as a bank teller, and I was terrible at it. But I was in college and it was like $9 an hour. So awesome gig. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years, 8 years as an agency owner. I had a top podcast called the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast, which I left about 3 years ago to focus on what you guys are seeing today. And then I penned. That's what we say when we're an author of a book, Bayant, is we penned this fancy book called New Patient School, the how-to guide for converting more leads into patients. Dust the shoulder off everybody. Just kidding. It's like 80 pages and space and 20 type form. So anyway, but you can be an author, you guys. It's not that hard. But maybe the biggest quote flex or claim to fame that I have at all in the agency space is that in my niche, I'm one of the only agencies, and I don't know any others, quite frankly, that has a published case study by Facebook. Okay. And you can't pay for a case study. You can't reach out to Facebook and say, publish a case study on me. They must approach you and they must say, hey, we like what you're doing. We want to publish your results and a case study on you. And then if you're lucky, they'll give you a fancy little plaque that you can put on your wall and say, look, we had a published case study by Facebook. Okay. Which was really cool, validating for us as an agency for so long and just in the grind trying to make it happen. And I'm sure that a lot of people see this. I mean, maybe you guys now are like, wow, I mean, that does take a lot of work to get that. And at the time, I'm sure that a lot of people thought, oh man, that's what a real agency owner looks like. I'm sure. But the reality is when that case study was published, we did not feel like that. We felt like the business was harder than ever. Sure, we're working hard, we're getting results, but churning customers, all the stuff that comes with it is not easy. And I think the biggest part about that, if you've been in this business for any length of time, you'll know that when you get in business on day one, you're like, man, first of all, this business, best ever, right? Do it from anywhere, whatever the case may be. You can make tons of money. And I call it marketing math, right? Okay, $1,500 per customer. I get 10, that's 15. I get 20, whoa, 30, and so on and so forth. That math really starts to get attractive. And so you get excited. Then with your first couple of customers, you maintain the excitement and ensure everybody thinks you're successful. But the reality is building an agency is hard. Hiring is hard. Churn is crazy in the SMMA niche which we've already talked about. Fulfilling for 5 people versus 20, 30 people, night and day. Like it's completely different. Try taking yourself out of operations at 20 people. Try duplicating yourself. It is not easy. And so what you end up doing is Frankenstein together all of these automations. Okay. You end up with the software bill of like $7,000 per month. That's an actual number we ended up with, by the way. And so even when we looked successful in our agency, we still felt like this. I mean, that's the truth of it. Okay. And, I don't know. I mean, this was in 2018. So I was 4 years in by that time. And I thought to myself, man, something's got to change. All the stuff that's going on around me, hiring, the costs, all the things that you guys deal with. For me, it was like, at the end of the month, I got enough for me. What's going on here? Right. And so it wasn't something that was sustainable for me at all. But if we go back to this case study, now here's something crazy. When this case study got pushed out, I thought, oh my gosh, we're not going to have to do sales calls anymore. People are just going to line up at the door to sign up. They're never going to churn because they're going to trust our advice when we get to that point of frustration. But no, the customers couldn't have cared less. Like, oh, I don't care. Just give me a better deal. But one person really did care. And it was a guy named Bradley. Okay. And Bradley approached myself and my partner at the time and still partner today, Jacob, said, hey, we're building a tool for agencies. We need some consulting. You guys seem like you know what you're doing. Do you offer consulting? We said, yeah, sure. I mean, we'll do anything to make a buck. And learning more about what he was doing presented an incredible opportunity. Now, imagine yourself as a mad scientist in a lab. Okay. You see all these situations, all of this, these dynamics. And for me, I would go in and I would do this. What if we could cycle, right? I would be like, man, I hate having to take the ads that I know work. So the ad copy, the offers, the images. I hate doing that and going in and repetitively pushing all of these buttons and following them like over and over and over again. And I hate that whenever we hire a media buyer to do it, somehow he always misspells our client's name. Somehow he always puts the wrong business. Somehow he always puts the wrong address. And so we always look stupid. And so we would come up with an idea to solve that. And then we come up with a solution. And here was a couple of the what if we could cycle things that I proposed my partner, Bradley. He said, I would say, hey, Bradley, what if we could create ads from a library of pre-built campaigns? Anytime I would get customers, if they were a doctor offering spinal decompression services, I knew it was 2 spinal decompression services, a consultation, report of findings with this ad copy and these images, upload, click, go. What if we could just put them in a library and bypass all of the setup and all that crap? And then I would say, Bradley, what if we could launch ads without ever getting into Ads Manager? Ads Manager over the years, if you guys have been in this business for a long time, it was Power Editor, then Ads Manager, then Business Manager came in, all this crap. What if we could just stay out of Ads Manager? This is such a pain in the butt. I would like to never go in there again if I could. And then I got to like, well, hold on. For me to run ads right now, I got to take a new course like every year. Like what is the button you got to hit for proper attribution? Whatever it is, what if we could make ad creation intuitive instead of educated and experienced? What if we could just do that? And what if we could make it so intuitive, so easy that even a client who's not a marketer, who knows nothing about marketing, what if it was so easy that they could do it? And this whole cycle, that what if we could cycle, led from that complicated SMA model to this new super SaaS model. And so in 2020, and it's crazy, I just posted in our group, the first executed ad ever by this system. I just posted it yesterday, and I'll just remind them, like, in 2020, we did this. In 2020, our agency transformed from, we said, we're not doing services anymore. We're not selling ads as a service. We won't do that anymore. Okay. We're not going to create ads manually. We're not going to, we're done with all the typos. I cannot tell you how much egg on my face I would have on a monthly basis because somebody would misspell somebody's name. And that one is like top of mind for me because it happened like all the time. Drove me crazy. Okay. And no more time repeating activities. Okay. Just there's some tasks that it's just like, we're done doing that. Okay. And so we transformed it. Okay. And our agency, and I know you guys are all high level folks and you all know about SaaS and all that kind of stuff. This is a new spin on it. So instead of offering services, we said, we're going to offer software as a solution for ads. Okay. Instead of media buyers, we're going to replace that with 3-click automation. And instead of time spent fulfilling, messing with media buyers, with all the fulfilling stuff that we have to deal with, we're going to spend time providing proactive support and keeping clients way longer. Hey, Mr. Doctor, we noticed that your ad cost went up a little bit. So we made some changes. You should see some improvements over the next week. Boom, done. You think they like that? Yeah, they like it. Okay. The new agency we transformed into was able to grab 127 clients with that new vision and with that new offering with ease. It was so easy. Okay. We offered DIY. So they click it, it goes. Ads to some people. Other people, they're like, we don't want to deal with it, even though it's click and go. So some of them, we ran their ads for them. Okay. And then people that were getting results, and I got the first video to prove it, absolutely loved it. Okay. Now, here's the crazy part. I fell in love with it too. And all this whole thing was run by a part-time stay-at-home mom. Okay. Now, the business got better. Service, churn, everything got better. And I fell back in love with this game. You guys, this was a complete game changer for me. Now, let's talk about what it means to go and have a super SaaS agency. It's all about having the right tool. I skipped over a couple things because I want you guys to get right here into the meat and potatoes of, I hear you, Brad. It's all good, bro. I hear you. Okay. This is right? And Uphex should be your new best friend, as Beyonce said. All right. Uphex is a white label software, much like High Level is a white label software, and you can launch ads in 3 clicks. Because it's white label, just like everything else, you sell it and you sell it as if it was your product. We do not label it in High Level. It comes off as your own feature in your stack. Okay. And you don't obviously have to pay for all the expensive stuff. Okay. Uphex was built by a lead generation agency. Okay. Not by a software development company, not by people who don't understand the niche, by people who lived it. Okay. Our problems were yours, getting clients, fulfilling, performing, all that stuff. It's injected into the model that is Uphex. So when we solved all of the problems for ourselves, your problems too. Okay. And so this is what it requires, or this is what this model is all about. It's easy to sell, creates ads in seconds. You can share your clients, and that says 2 minutes. Honestly, it's much less than that. Okay. And you can really start honing in and change your churn. It changed our churn overnight when we did this. Okay. So the question is, you guys want to see this thing in action? Yes. Grab the chat. Let me know you want to see. Yes. Joel, patience, grasshopper. Heidi says yes. Now, I'm going to show you this, but as a caveat to this, I did this as a webinar one time, and I had a person say, I think that's only easy because you know what buttons to push. So I said, man, how could I make this thing any easier? So here's what I did. I grabbed my 10-year-old kid, And I said, I'm going to show you how to do this. And this is what happened. Show us how easy this really is. This is my 10-year-old little girl, Mia. She has never used this software. This is her first time, her first day walking through it.
So we can barely hear the voice.
Let's see here. Give me 2 seconds, and then it's share computer sound. All right, let's try this one more time. All right, to show us how easy this really is, this is my 10-year-old little girl, Mia. Hi. She has never used this software. This is her first time, her first day. I walked her through it real quick. You ready to go? Yeah. All right, let's do it. All right, Mia, go ahead. Medicine. Okay, well, you already know what you're doing. Well, hold on. You're going too fast. All right, keep going. That's fine. I told her which ad to run. Go ahead and put in $10 is fine.
10. Okay, that's my favorite number anyways.
All right. Put in the thank you page that I gave you. I did give her a thank you page.
And launch campaign.
Yep. You did it. Okay. And just like that.
I did it. I launched campaign.
She did it. It literally took her less than 30 seconds. Good job, Mia. You guys, it's literally these steps. You identify the category, you pick an ad from the library, you put in your budget, and you click launch. Okay, no back end setup that comes. It's already built into the system. Okay, so instead of doing all this crap, setting up all the links and going to Ads Manager, all that kind of stuff, we do it this brand new way. It's all done with software. So it works for all of these niches. I'm going to kind of burn through some of these because I feel like this is not my typical audience. A lot of you guys already know this. If I go too fast, tell me in the chat. Okay, can we hire Mia? She's in school right now, but I'll let her know that you're interested. And, she might be a little bit more than, I don't know, she's pretty expensive. But all right. So this thing directly integrates with High Level. All right. We built it that way from day one. We knew that High Level and Uphex were going to be a dynamic duo. We knew that it needed to be in a position where first, when Uphex came out, it was something that we held for our own agency for about 6 months. And then we said, maybe we should resell this to other people. Okay. And then we made it so you guys could offer the exact same thing. So whether you want to resell as DIY, if you still want to do stuff for you, or you guys launch from Uphex, instead of having a media buyer do it, you can do that too. And you can make a lot more money by doing less. So first I told you guys, about his success there. He got 33 customers by just posting. Launch your own ads in 45 seconds without logging into Facebook Ad Manager. Okay. Joel Ketty. Joel is actually one of your teachers, right? Bount? I'm pretty sure he is.
Yep.
When he started this during his trial, he had $3,000 in monthly recurring revenue to a brand new SaaS startup. Okay. And then Trevor came in, added $20,000 in cash his second month doing this. And actually so this was October, November. In December, I did a case study with him and he'd done $40,000 in collected cash in that month. Okay. Dre Black. Okay. This guy's in solar. He came in day one. And on day 3, I think it was, not only was he getting paid as an agency, but they're like, hey, let's start paying you some affiliate fees. By the way, solar, they got a lot of money. So that's why he was able to do that. Right. And then Adam Lucky, he was one of our first cohorts, and he was posting videos all the time, just adding recurring revenue in the gym niche. Right. All right. And then Alex Machuca, I have a case study with Alex Machuca. Alex Machuca got 38 clients in 14 days, but I want to hear you I want you to hear from Alex real quick, the agency that he had before and what he decided to do when he saw this.
Sam, when I first saw this, and you know what's crazy? You know how I found out about this? I was on a demo for my agency and I was trying to sell him lead gen services. It was a mortgage broker. And he goes, have you ever heard of Uphex? And I'm like, no. I'm like, what is that? He was like, it's just this thing. And normally, like, I would have just wrote it off, but I was like, you know what? Let me look into this. It sounds interesting. And I looked into it and I stopped what I was doing. I made my entire team stop what they were doing. I brought them all into the conference room and I was like, we are doing this right now before everybody finds out about this. We have to do this right now. And we completely pivoted. This like really pushed us over to a complete pivot for SaaS almost immediately. Cause I was like, dude, And I say this to everybody, all the mortgage brokers, I truly believe that this is going to revolutionize the marketing industry, because now the average Joe can advertise with just a few clicks of a button.
So he's in the mortgage niche, but it's absolutely crazy the amount of results and outcomes we've been able to get. We get all this kind of feedback, and these screenshots have not been updated in a year. I have hundreds more screenshots with people just talking about what results getting and how crazy it is for them. Not to mention this guy, right? This guy right here, who you guys might know. He just launched Facebook ads for several of his pizza companies or pizza stores. And it was the easiest experience ever. Uphex rocks. Who is that guy? Beyond? Oh, yeah. Beyond. That's you, buddy.
Yeah.
He's famous. And also it's getting, there's a little circle. And of course, the CEO, Sean Clark, had this to say of Uphex.
And I think what's great about Uphex in the way they've done it is they've taken a really key offering and they've dialed it back from you have to offer it as a $2,000 unaffordable, high churn, kind of very laborious, quite frankly, offering, to a really great, easy to price, very saleable, very scalable, very churn resistant situation. And it's just an incredible, great combo, and it's very easy to do. And I think, quite frankly, it's just how you're going to make money. Like, if you want to make a business, if you want to make more money, if you want to have high profit, if you want to scale, if you want to have good exit values, if you want to raise money, all of these things, you have to do it in the construct of a SaaSpreneur style business. And that's exactly what we're offering. So I think it's a great time to get in on.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean. In fact, we have sent, this is a couple of months ago. I don't know what the exact number is now. It's quite a bit more than this, but we've sent 1 million leads directly to High Level with Uphex. All right. So it's, the lead gen is powered by Uphex, and the nurture, of course, is.
Are you serious? I'm dead serious.
Now you get a taste of what I do. Pretty dang exciting, huh? All right, you guys, let me ask you a question. You guys excited about this? Does this make you excited when you see stuff like this? Or you thinking, okay, I can see my agency adopting and pivoting to something like this, and it could add it to value? Is this exciting or is this lame? Is this exciting? If it's exciting, grab the chat. Let me know. Definitely Damien says yes. Heidi says show us more. All right. Well, I came together today, and I know, like, in terms of webinars, when we come to webinars, we want to know what is the offering? What is the stack at the end? Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Harrison. Thank you, Damien. So I came together and I put together a launch your agency. Now, in this case, it wouldn't be launch because a lot of you guys are established, but just in 14 days. All right. So what do you need to succeed? Going to be two camps here. We got ads, right? Obviously, that's a big part of what we're doing. We got the people who are experienced, but then we do have people who are maybe complete newbies. Maybe you're offering other services and you never have done ads before. So if you're experienced, you're going to give me a digital kiss on the mouth. Just digital, please. We're good. That's all I need. And then if you're a complete newbie, you're also going to give me a digital kiss, but maybe on the forehead. I don't know. Switch that, whatever you want to do. All right. I'm going to give you complete access to the Uphex ads library. Now, what is the Uphex ads library? We have over 700 pre-built ad campaigns. Okay. Over 700. I mean, that thing has gotten so big these days. It includes pre-built targeting, and it includes a converting mechanism in the form of a lead form. All right. You select the ones you want for your agency, whatever niche you're in, you select that. As long as we have it, we have like 40 some plus niches and a ton of sub niches. So you select what you want, and boom, that becomes, those become yours. You can modify them very easily and use them as your own. And in less than an hour, you can have your own library of click and go ads by using the Uphex ads library. Again, these are pre-built, ready to roll there for you. Okay. But what if I'm in a super duper tiny, crazy, weird niche? We have one guy that does like hypnotherapy. Okay. We don't have any templates for hypnotherapy. My bad. Sorry about that. But if you have a inkling, if you have an idea of what ads will convert, use our fancy dancy AI generated ad copy tool, and you can absolutely crush it. In fact, we have one that will convert a proven Groupon offer, which there's a lot of niches where you can take a Groupon offer that sold a ton and convert it into a Facebook ad, and boom, be delivering. I mean, the pizza niche, you could crush it with that, right? Med spas, things like that. There's a lot of things that come from Groupon. We don't only have Groupon. We have quite a few other ones. But in this scenario, you could do a Groupon one, and you just put in There you go. I was going to say, when does the video start playing? Just put in your email, put in the link, and bam, it comes up with a sexy offer. Can I say sexy on this? With the ad copy, the offer, and the headline all right there for you. Bam. It is pretty awesome. And it's AI created, again, by people who have studied and done direct response marketing for 8 years. All right. And it even suggested ad images. All right. So here's what you're going to get first out of the gate. You're going to get the ad library, complete access to that, and then our AI tools. All right. What else do you need? Clients. Clients are a big one. I know a lot of you are probably already getting clients. You probably have your own way. We have 3 strategies that if you want to implement this model, you can get these bam in a snapshot, lead loss, demo, and free trial. These are easy ways to start, getting your feet on the ground. So we give you those. They're pre-built and easy to use. Support videos, white label. I know you like all the white label stuff. So we give you some Uphex plus GHL white label support videos, mostly to show people how to launch their own ads. It's easy, click, and there for you to use. And so let me just quickly recap. You're getting all this stuff, okay? Ad library, AI, client getting funnels, and then the white label support stuff. And of course, you're going to get 14 days for free of Uphex, okay? And you get all this, by the way, just for trying Uphex, just for trying it. That's how well I know it works. That's how well, when people come through a trial, that's how well it performs for them, okay? But wait, there's more. I'm sure you guys want more. You guys want more? Should we keep going more? Karina, I'll answer your question here in just a second. Let's see here. How do we get, okay. You guys are like getting straight to the point. Let's get through the rest of this. All right. So you're getting access also to our Facebook group, daily calls. We do daily calls Monday through Friday. Okay. You get access to that. What am I missing? FAQs. Let's just go through these real quick. All right. What if I need support or help? We have daily classes. We also have support chat. We also have ways that you can set up a one-on-one onboarding. What if I'm new to Facebook ads? We've got the most important course on planet Earth for Facebook ads called Lead Gen U. Go through it. Bam, you'll become a seasoned pro in a couple hours. And then how good are the ads in the library? They're pretty damn good. We've been putting together direct response ads for 8 years. We know it works. We know how it works. And so they're pretty damn good, but you should absolutely modify them and make them your own. And you should never abdicate a skill like advertising. You need to become somewhat good at advertising. You shouldn't just say, oh, I don't need to know how that because there's templates. That's a recipe for not success. Can I still offer done for you? Plenty of people do. Do I have to use GoHighlevel? Yes, you have to use GoHighlevel if you want to offer this as a SaaS. How much do I charge clients? I don't know. Charge them whatever you want to. Our typical person is charging like $497 per month. We have a lot of different people. They're layering on different things in terms of value, but that applies a lot to the niche that you're serving. Okay. I'm scared it might be too hard to set up. Well, I did a webinar like this with Mike Cooch, I don't know, 2 months ago. And during the webinar, during the Q&A, which we'll get to a Q&A, I promise, somebody signed up and actually had their ads running during the webinar. So I don't know. I mean, if Jennifer J can launch an ad during a Q&A right after the webinar, I think it's pretty easy. Okay. Let's talk about the Monet. Okay. Let's make sure you guys eyes wide open going into this bad boy. So I priced this like I would want it priced for my own agency. Show me the money. I will. Okay. Our agency pricing is pretty straightforward. I wanted to make it so you could get in and start using it and then ascend as you grow. Okay. Not as you add on different features. I wanted all the features to be there so you could grow your agency and then we would make money doing that. So if you have 1 to 3 sub accounts in high level, that's $97. Okay. $297 for 4 to 10 and then $497 from 11 to infinity. I don't think you can have infinity. There's not infinity local businesses. So however many local businesses there are, if one of you figures out how to get all of them, we're all out of business. And I'm out of business too, by the way, so don't do it. All right. So it's priced to help you grow. So if you were to take on that $497 price point, the math gets pretty simple. Okay. $1,500. All it costs you is $97. You get 10 clients, that's $5,000. All it costs you is $297. You get 50 clients, you're making 25. I'm making 500. Okay. 500, 250. That's not bad. That's good for the girls I used to go out with. All right. And that 250 number seems crazy, but I want to come back to this guy, Trevor, who I touched on just a minute earlier. And he said on my podcast that he did 40 grand, $40,000 in collections the month after. Today, after 6 months of using this model, he has over 250 clients and he's doing like $170,000 a month in revenue. Okay. After 6 months. This is a real model. We have real agencies kicking ass with this model. This is not something, sure, you hear people talking about Uphex, these results, whatever it is. This is real. We have real people getting real results. Okay. You serious, Clark? All right. So here's what you're getting. I'm just going to go through all these real fast. Okay. You're going to get the library, AI, client getting funnels, white label support videos, and you get 2 weeks free of Uphex. That's a crazy value. But wait, there's more. Now, this one is something new that I've added. Okay. This is the fast action bonus, the Genie pitch deck. And it does work like magic. Okay. This is something that I put together more recently because one of our top guys, Alex Machuca, who you saw his video, I was talking to him about training a sales guy. And I was talking to him. I said, why is it so hard to train people on a script? He goes, well, think of it like this. If you're a professional bowler, you can throw the ball down the alley and get a strike. But if you're a brand new bowler, what do you need? What do you need? Bumper lanes. This pitch deck, this Genie pitch deck is bumper lanes for salespeople. Okay. It gives them a visual representation of how to sell, what to sell, and what order to sell. It gives them a script off to the side. It gives them all of the lineup of how to do it. And it gives them the stack of pricing so you can match my pricing and say, hey, this is a good starting place. Let's do it this way. Okay. And I went back. I haven't sold in my agency for over a year. I went back into my agency and I said, okay, well, if I'm going to give this thing away as a bonus, it better be good and it better work. So we went back into the agency for 2 or 3 days and I sold a bunch of accounts. And I have these live recordings that you guys get to watch. You get to watch me go through the exact pitch, the way it is, and see how I did it. Okay. You get all of the live recordings with that deck. Okay. With that deck, salespeople, whether it's you or somebody else, they're going to know what to say. Okay. You're going to convert more sales. I had one guy named Jeremy Schick, and we got on a call. I said, how you doing? He goes, I've done 15 demos and gotten no sales. I said, dude, that's bad. Jeremy, that's bad. We got to fix you, bro. Jeremy's a little bit more analytical. He's on the back end kind of stuff. And I said, well, here's this pitch deck. Modify this according to your niche. And he came back about a month later and he said, okay, I've done 6 demos and I've gotten 2 sales. Pretty good. Compared to where it was at, way better. Okay. And he suddenly became a closer, and so will your salespeople, right? And it'll make, quite frankly, it'll just give you a tool that will make it so you can make money a lot easier. All right. So you're getting all that stuff, and I'm going to throw in the Genie pitch deck. Now, you get all that just for doing the free trial, just so you guys know, and you can get started here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. Whoop. That was not what you were supposed to see. Okay. You can go ghl.uphex.com/extendly. But one of the things that I told you I was going to do at the very beginning was I was going to deliver something that I never delivered before to anybody. And if you want to see it, make sure that we got quite a few people still sticking around. Grab the chat. Let me know. Would you like to see the fast action bonus? And thank you for coming. Nick says, yep. Okay. Yes, let's go. Because you guys showed up here live today, when you sign up using Extendly's link, and I'll put that in the chat here in just a second, I'm going to give you the actual slides and a walkthrough of this deck. The video you're seeing right now is the actual pitch deck, the actual webinar I did to close 53 customers in one webinar. The same one that I used to get 127 customers over 2.5 months. I'm going to give you the exact slides, slide by slide. I'm going to walk you through how it works, what to do, why to do those things. That way you can, again, use it and adapt it to your agency. People pay tens of thousands of dollars. You notice the big butt thing that happened there again? I like that big butt thing. Whatever it is, I think it's funny. Anyway, people pay tens of thousands of dollars to have a webinar that sells to the masses like this and gets clients in bunches, or it tees up amazing, successful demo calls. You're not going to get this. People are not just going to hand you their pitch, their webinar. I'm giving you both my pitch deck and my webinar. If you can't close clients with that, you probably shouldn't be doing this business. Quite frankly, you probably need to find somebody that can, a partner that can. All right. So this is the link. I know I've been getting a ton of questions. I can minimize this real quick so I can grab the link and paste it into the chat, and then we can get on to the Q&A. Give me 2 seconds, you guys. Let's see here. I think, to everybody in meeting. Here we go. All right. All right. So I've been getting quite a few questions. I'm going to go ahead and Bam, if you want to unmute, if there's any questions that you want to throw my way, I'd be happy to field those now.
There's a few questions here, but before we go right into the questions, I want to sort of showcase what I was bragging about earlier and why I believed in Uphex. Sam, I'm going to share my screen real quick. If
yeah.
Allow me to.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. So earlier I told you guys that I sent a message to Sam and his partner Bradley, showing them a screenshot that I took from our Facebook Ads Manager. Wait, is everyone seeing my screen where I've got the Facebook screenshot? Okay, cool. So on the top is the ad that we started running using Facebook. With Uphex, right? Into Facebook using Uphex. It's the exact same ad that we were running before that's at the bottom. That is the exact same ad copy, exact same ad graphics. All of that, everything was exactly the same. The only difference was that one was ran using Uphex. The other one was me directly going into Facebook Ads Manager and running it myself. So the difference between the two is, as you can see, the lead cost is roughly half, $378, $617. And that's not the only one. This happened across multiple locations here. It's not necessarily half, but it's still $5 cheaper than the one before. And here you go. Here's another one. $325 versus $12 per lead cost. So that was a huge difference that we noticed. And the only difference there was exact same copy, exact same ad graphics, except one was ran using Uphex, the template we built in Uphex using their formula, and the other one was directly in Facebook Ads Manager. So that to say, even if you've got a winning ad that's already running in Facebook, you might want to try it in Uphex. You might get, I'm pretty confident you're going to get a better result with Uphex, and it'll make it easier for you to run for your customers as well.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks. I mean, this is all we've done for 8 years. My partner, Jacob, is the mad scientist. He knows more. He has forgotten more about Facebook than most people will ever learn. And so we just have best practices in terms of targeting and all those things installed into these templates already. And so we know they work. It's just,
So someone just asked, Robert, lead quality, how did it actually translate to sales? In terms of, all right, so let me see if I can actually pull up the back end of our restaurant, because this one's exciting. So we started these ads in the beginning of August sometime, and the one that I first tested on is our newer location. It's been open for a couple of months, and it was doing about $18,000-$20,000 a month, and we hadn't done really any advertisement on that, which was very low for a brand new location to start off with. When we started running these ads, and this was the only advertisement we did for that location, this month is near about to hit $50,000 in sales. So if that answers your lead quality question, I would say it was pretty darn good, because this was the only thing we made a change to in terms of our operations in marketing for that location. And I'm gonna, without spending a lot of time, I want to see if I can pull up the sales, the actual transaction sales from that location, so I can show it to you guys. This month. All right, here we go. And last month. All right, I'm going to share my screen one more time. So these are all of my locations last month, and this is the new location I was just talking about. Right, 17,000 is what it did last month in sales. This month, it's already at 34,000, and we're going to be averaging very close to 50K by the end of the month. It's already double on the 22nd of the month. So that's the only difference, was that we had Facebook ads on in that. So lead quality, pretty darn good.
You know, it's crazy. You guys, I'm sure, are aware of the webinar that Alex Hormozy did on Saturday. Nothing will grow your business like paid ads. I don't care what you say. Nothing will grow your business like paid ads. And most people go through this game being ignorant and being scared of them. And I one of my favorite quotes from that is, ads are only complex to people who don't know how to make them simple. We can't make ads anymore still using Uphex. Like, and you couldn't have done it with a different team. Between the team that we have, man, they're the best. So I appreciate that, Beyond. And lead quality has to do with a combination of both technical targeting as well as psychographic targeting, right? Knowing which ads to put that really make a difference. So Roger, you got your hand raised. Go ahead.
You're muted. Let me ask you to unmute. And then Sam, I've got a few more questions for you after that people have asked in here.
Yep.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, gotcha.
Okay. So when you did these 53 clients with a single webinar, first of all, what was the offer? Were you offering Uphex in combination with a high level account?
Yeah, those customers don't know the name Uphex, right? Because Uphex is a white label software, even from my agency. I don't say Uphex. You guys know Uphex, but they know it as Patient Stream. And so Patient Stream combines, the model is you combine high level automation, Uphex automation, you marry them together. So now your clients can go in and say, instead of hiring an ad agency, and in my niche, the average retainer was $1,500 to $2,000, instead of paying $1,500 to $2,000 to an agency, you just pay $497, you click the button and it'll do the same thing. And in most cases, it will do it better, because software doesn't make spelling mistakes. Software doesn't make targeting mistakes. Software doesn't make mistakes, right? It doesn't get tired. It just executes the same thing every time. And we improve the quality of our performance because we optimize on a macro. Right? If you try and solve your problems like really close to the problem, you'll never solve them. But if you get big and you look at the big picture and you start making moves, that's the same thing with ads. Like, we can take an ad with Uphex, we can run across, and Bayant has ads running across 16 locations, or how many, 6, whatever. And he can say, well, I'm going to aggregate all that performance on one template. And it will tell me my average cost per lead. It will tell me my average everything. And he could look at it and go, well, my average link click-through rate is 2%. I wonder if I could get it to 3, because that's going to change everything, right? Well, how do you change your link click-through rate? You test the offer. Okay. Or he looks at his link click-through rate all. It's like, oh, that's 4%. What if I could get that to 6%? Everything down funnel is going to get more profitable. But the thing is, if you try and do that on one location, it means nothing. But if you can do that on several locations and aggregate the performance into one ad template, it's going to pay dividends across your entire agency. I know that's kind of like maybe a little bit advanced. If you've been running ads, you had just a light bulb moment. If you've never heard of this, sorry if I got a little bit over my skis there, but it's a game changer.
So that data that you're just talking about is what your system is doing is
we
aggregating that data to come up with the best solution. So how is it going to do that if we do have a super niche down market?
How's it going to aggregate the data?
Well, I mean, right out of the chutes, how is, I mean, my niche is fly fishing. I know you don't have templates for that. So
that's awesome. Well, let's say, for example, you had a niche where it was like outfitters. Okay. And they're taking people on, trips and stuff like this.
Right.
Like, hey, in fact, we have a guy that does that, crushes it. And you're like, hey, we use these 3 different templates. These get you jobs in the fall. These get you jobs in the winter. These get you jobs in the summer. Click these and you'll fill up your entire schedule for the winter. All right. Well, if you're running those at 12 different outfitters across whatever location, as they spend money on those ads, the metrics are going to report back to the template and you're going to inform the template. This is getting very so this is like way further ahead in terms of sophistication than we started, but that is, and we have an agency. Why do you think we built that feature? Because I didn't want to have people spend all of their time optimizing campaigns when all we had to do was fix the video or fix the offer or fix you name it. We fixed that one thing and it changes it for all of them.
So I would have to go in and use the customized tool you have to create the initial templates for the campaigns, whether it's an outfitter or a fly shop or a lodge or those kind of things.
If you've never done it, if you've never done any of this, I just want to be real and transparent with everybody. If you've never done any of this, you're going to have to put some effort into learning like how to write copy. You're going to have to go through Lead Gen U, go through, and I have courses in there, videos that teach you how to do it, that walk you through it step by step. But once you do, and you have that, you'll be able to create ads, throw them into Uphex, whether you use our AI tool or whether you just learn how to find offers that work in your niche, and boom, be off to the races.
So did you, for the 53 clients campaign, you said it was to a particular niche that you sold all those into. Did you use Uphex to advertise to get those participants in your webinar? Or how did you get them?
I had a list of people who had been on my list for a while. I did affiliate webinars. I did like 4 webinars in total. So I did affiliate webinars. But when I came onto those, so Uphex is a lead gen machine for local businesses. Now, over time, we've built in features and tools to where now we can do like, you can launch an ad. We have templates to get customers using Uphex templates. Did I repeat myself there? The point is, if you want to get agency customers, we have people that use it for that now too. But it wasn't originally built for that. So when I did the webinar, and I'm going to give you guys the entire stack, all that kind of stuff. If you sign up, I'll take you through the whole thing. You're going to get all that. So I'll show you how it worked.
Okay, thanks.
I'm going to ask a couple of questions that people have asked. Karina asked, can I use to do ads to get leads to sell my SaaS?
Yeah, so I think that was Roger's question. We do have templates. So here's the thing about the templates inside Uphex. If you're using it to promote and sell your SaaS, you should still, I mean, listen, again, this is not pixie dust. This is real work. And if you want to make crap tons of money, you're going to get some skills. So yes, we give you templates, but you should go in there and all of the templates are going to be modified based on the sub niche. I love Rogers, by the way, fly fisherman, dude. Yeah, I mean, that is a niche in and of itself, right? You'll notice that it's not like outdoors people. That's a category, right? Outdoors sportsmen or sports people, if we want to PC. But you're there, then you go to a niche, then you go to a niche. That one right there, because Roger is so specific to a very specific avatar, offers ads. Everything is easy. I can write an ad to a fly fisherman tomorrow with no problem at all because I know what kind of problems. I can research exactly what problems and solutions they want. If it's too many people, I can't do that. So maybe that kind of answers the question.
Another one, does it also connect connect and work with TikTok?
TikTok, not yet. And I have a double-edged sword approach to TikTok. TikTok, I think, is great at something for local lead generation. I don't think TikTok is there. It is on the roadmap for Uphex, but it's down. It's next year.
How about credit repair templates?
Yep.
We've got credit repair templates. Okay, great. You showed where the AI was generating the ad. So Karina asked, does it also put the image there? Did it also generate that image that was shown?
No, we don't have any image creation stuff. Image creation stuff for AI is a long way still. I've seen people say that it can do that. It's a ways off still.
So you just add your own image, get it designed and put it in.
Yeah, whether you're using Design Pickle, I think we use adcreative.ai or something. I can't remember exactly.
Got it. Rob asked, how do you do retargeting with Uphex?
Yeah, Uphex has custom audiences. So you can create custom. So you don't have to even go into Ad Manager to create custom audiences with Uphex. You can go in, you can create a custom audience based off of whatever you can in Facebook, create it. And then when you launch the campaign, it'll ask you for the audience.
Great.
It's easy to do. It's like so easy to do.
Renee said agency ads ? Renee, if you want to unmute yourself and ask what that meant to clarify. Maybe we were talking about something and
I think that was the same question that Roger had and that we answered asked about promoting the SaaS.
Can you work with point of sale and credit card processing services for local businesses? I'm assuming that's for ads.
I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what point of sale is, but what do you mean? Like promote merchant services, like B2B?
Yeah, sounds like it. Can you? Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it for that. I mean, maybe I would use it for a nationwide promotion. And what I'm saying is I wouldn't use Facebook for that, not Uphex, Facebook. But if you ran a nationwide campaign, you could absolutely target business owners and then run your campaigns there. So yeah, you could do that, but you wouldn't. One of the things that Facebook really needs to optimize and to get your results, like what you're saying with Beyond and all that stuff, you need data. So you need audience size. If you get the audience size too small, it doesn't work. For something like that, I would be doing probably some reach mechanisms. I might do some, you could absolutely do some Facebook, but you'd have to do nationwide targeting, which can do with Uphex.
Okay, sounds good. Renee asked, I just signed up a day ago for a trial before I register for the webinar. Can I still get this? The bonuses you mentioned.
Renee, just go ahead and message me. Just email me, sam@uphex.com, and we'll get you under Beyond's link.
Fantastic. All right, I'm going to pause here. We'll continue with more questions, but Rob's got his hand up for a while. Rob, feel free to unmute yourself, please, and ask.
Yeah, I just was curious, can we send ads to a bot instead of the form that you've created, and have you done that and had success with it?
You can't, I mean, so you're talking about like AI and stuff, right?
Like a chat bot where they're,
yeah. We do a ton of lead forms in our own agency. I will say with the whole A2P thing, we've recently been having a lot of discussions around. So in my agency, when we onboard a customer, they launch ads on the onboarding. Like that's really important to us. We make a promise, we deliver. With A2P, you can't do that. You have to wait your whatever 48, 70, whatever it takes to do that. But with Messenger, you could. And so we're using artificial intelligence to do conversational booking and things along those lines. The booking bot and things like that. Yeah, people use them. Is it seamless right now? I don't think it's quite there yet. There's a couple of things that I know the nerds in the back room, I'm not that. I'm just the ugly face in the front, are working on to make that super seamless.
I just was told by a gentleman the other day, his costs went way down because basically he was staying on Facebook being Messenger instead of going off of Facebook and going into forms. He was getting ridiculous click-through rates. So he was having great success with it.
Yeah. So you don't leave Facebook when you have a form. You leave it when you have, and I'm sure you meant this, but you leave it when you have a funnel. But messenger ads, we've done messenger ads in the past. You can do messenger ads right now with Uphex. Historically, it's the 24-hour plus one rule. And historically, they haven't been amazing for conversions. Now, response and like clicks, yeah, you can, it's very cheap. But at the end of the day, it's all about the entire funnel, like going from, attention down to conversion. So but I have it on good authority that Messenger is going to become a big push for Facebook in 2024. So we're already working towards that.
Fantastic. Glenn, you've got a question.
You're muted,
Glenn. I'm gonna ask you to unmute.
There we go. Are we good? Okay. Beyond, how are you, man?
Good.
Sam, thanks for the thing. So I think I may have asked you this question before because I've looked at Uphex a lot and I'm in a B2B niche and I'm looking for some some magic juju that I can kind of get attention of the audience that I have, but I'm unsuccessfully tapping into. So I guess my thought process is this. I'm dealing with commercial industry, very specialized. People sell like bulldozers and big trucks right. And so therefore in my head, targeting seems to be like really important, right? Because the average person that's on Facebook who's sharing cat pictures has no connection to a big tractor trailer or industry like that, right? So is it sensible? Is it feasible to use it for that? Or maybe are you guys connecting to Google to do search ads or somehow with Uphex? Or maybe you could just address some of the commercial B2B side for me.
Yeah, so Google will be available in October. We're really excited about Google. We've used Google in our own agency, but we like to go deep in a platform before we start going wide and stacking on other platforms. But Google will be available in October. The B2B. Are you saying that you want to give your white label platform to dealers that are selling heavy equipment? Is that what you're saying?
So yes, I have a lot of my customers would be mostly franchises, right? Like guys who sells Caterpillar diesels or Mack trucks, for example. I spent 30 years in that business in the software industry selling to those guys. So I already have a strategic partner. I already have a Rolodex of people. And Facebook has always been more of the B2C consumer based target reaching thing. But we know the guy who drives, a piece of heavy equipment is probably on Facebook at night looking at stuff on Facebook or his family, whatever he's doing. So I'm just trying to figure out how to bridge that gap or if I could leverage that somehow. Because the concept of handing a tool to these guys and say, look, you can run ads and, assuming it works, obviously, but I think is a good pitch, but I don't know if it's just the wrong fit.
It might be the wrong fit, to be honest with you. But there's new technology. There used to be a strategy in the Facebook world called carpet bombing. Anybody ever heard of carpet bombing? Know what carpet bombing is? And that was basically the idea that Facebook's an amazing platform to get impressions, to get eyeballs, right? You can get everybody. But sometimes the remarketing audiences are too small to really be worth it, right? And so that's what you're talking about. But there are new audiences, and I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, that basically can match a big chunk of your website visitors to actual emails and different things. Like they can really match people more specifically, so you can follow up with email, with text, with that kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm honestly, it's not a standard use for Uphex. If you said, hey, how would you do this? My brain goes to, well, that's one tactic that would worth trying. The ads, the targeting, the thing I love about what Patient Streams not Patient Stream, that's my agency. What Facebook has done with their algorithm is the reason they're taking away interests and behaviors is because their algorithm is already using AI to infer that targeting. And so they don't want you messing up the targeting, right? That's what all these people, like when they like complain about Facebook taking things away, they're already analyzing every frame by frame of the video. They're already analyzing every word. You don't think they know what a bulldozer is when an image goes in front of a person's eyeballs? You don't think they know that, right? They know that. So yes, you can refine it down and do some targeting stuff. But the reason that local lead generation, the reason that Uphex is so refined is because we know how those algorithms work, and we don't try to cheat the system. We try and play with the system. So I gave you a very roundabout name. It's not a great platform for low volume sales. You know, Beyond can sell boatload of pizzas. I don't know how many bulldozers you're going to sell, right? So, but it would be a great place to aggregate a list and have everybody in the county or in the state or in the whatever on your list if you use that strategy.
Yeah, interesting. It's just, it appeals to me. It's just, is it the right path? That's the question. It's just, and you got to believe that those people are probably on Facebook, right? I mean, again, just because I drive a earth moving machine during the day doesn't mean I don't use Facebook at night. From the retargeting perspective, the iOS issue is a concern, but I know there's some server side stuff. People
stay on Facebook.
What do you mean stay on? I'd have to retarget them from like the website.
iOS is only a concern if you leave Facebook. So iOS is basically, Apple made it so when you leave the Facebook app and go to www.extendly.com, they're going to make tracking the actions and the attribution of living hell. But if you're on Facebook, you see an ad from Extendly, you click it and it goes to a lead form, you never left Facebook. All of the attribution is handled right there on the native platforms. You don't have any of those issues
from a display perspective. But what about from a retargeting perspective?
No, from a retargeting perspective.
So if we cookie someone off their website that landed on my customer's website, I can retarget them on Facebook, even in iOS. That's not an issue.
No, that's not what I'm saying. So the lead form doesn't take them to your customer's website. You're not using cookies.
Right.
If they're on the lead form, that action is recorded in a custom audience on Facebook, and you can retarget that audience for whatever you want.
Right. But if I'm not buying ads display, if I just wanted to try to use this for retargeting, is that something that could work?
Yeah, you're going to have to do one of those attribution sites. The standard pixel, you're going to have, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be hard.
I like the product. I'm just trying to find if I can use it. And I just don't
you
know
got
if
a
my
great
niche is
niche.
the right,
You got a great niche.
Well, hopefully it's a great niche. I'm just got to get there. All right. Thank you. Let me let everybody else go.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Got a few more minutes left, so I'm going to try to go through a few more questions. Then Nick will get to you, and Tom will get right back to you as well. Heidi asked, "Does it work for Google Ads?" Yes, it's coming. Tom asked, "Is Google Ads on the roadmap?" Okay, yes, it's on the roadmap. It's coming as well. Rob, can you send ads to a bot? We already answered that, so I'm going to go past that real quick. LinkedIn. Yeah, is LinkedIn on the roadmap? I'm assuming that's what it's being asked.
I'm like going to sleep now. No. LinkedIn is, LinkedIn is not a local lead generation platform. We are a local lead generation platform. We want to help local lead generation agencies help local businesses. And LinkedIn is resume, B2B, networking. That's for you to get customers. And by the way, what is their thing called? Their actual prospecting machine. Do you remember what it's called? It sucks. So, like, Sales Navigator. Thank you, Sonny. It doesn't suck, but I don't know. Do you guys respond to Sales Navigator leads? I don't. Anyway, no. That should be the answer. I'm not interested in LinkedIn.
All right. Fantastic. Nick, let's go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Yeah. So I was wondering about the Spanish speaking market, because I have a service that we provide to Spanish speaking people and home buyers, real estate in particular. Does it do Spanish? Can it
Yeah, it can go in any language. The platform is displayed in English. So when your Spanish speaking customers are logging in does high level change languages? Do you know?
Well,
Like
I
instead of launchpad,
Oh.
does it say padelante or something? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
so
know. I haven't tried
it
it.
can launch ads in any language and it can launch ads in any currency, right? But the actual platform presents in English.
Okay, yeah. What about but the ads? Can the ads be like? Do y'all have ads already?
The templates that we have are not in Spanish. So if you're
They just have
working
to be
with English customers,
translated.
you'd have to take ours, translate them. And I mean, if you speak Spanish, that's literally one of the steps. You just go change the ad text, bam, put it in there.
Okay.
They just have to pop it over and just Google Translate or something.
Yeah, have somebody read it that way. It doesn't sound like Google Translate.
Yeah. Okay.
Muy bien, Nick.
All
All right, Tom, what's up?
Okay, sorry, I was trying to enter my credit card to sign up. Tom, complex.
Wait, sign up for his entry.
No, don't worry.
My car abandonment rate is going up.
It's a done deal, even regardless of what your answer is to this question. Okay, so, and I'm not going to talk about my specific niche. I'm going to stick on Beyond's because I'm hungry. So he's got a bunch of pizza stores, and each pizza store is running an ad campaign. They're all part of a general ad set, and they're using custom audiences. And there's a lead magnet for somebody to win a free pizza or something. So the ads are out there running. In Facebook right now, we're able to, whenever somebody clicks on an ad and submit their information to a lead form, I can have multiple sub accounts running off of the same type of ad set, same type of campaign, and I can go negative Facebook audience. So somebody bought through an ad or clicked through an ad, I can go now block them off from being shown the other ads from the other sub accounts. Can I do that through Uphex, where if I'm running like a Shark Tank kind of thing and there's multiple sub accounts running the same offers basically, and a lead comes through, can I use GHL automations with Uphex to go put that name or that contact into a negative display list, if you will?
Like audience exclusion?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure you can do audience exclusion. I know that was not available for a while. I'm pretty sure you can now do audience exclusion. That little thing you took us on was very confusing. But yeah. Your question was, can you exclude custom audiences? I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah. So across his stores, if he was running a giveaway offer for pizza and I clicked on it for one of the locations, I would not see the ads from the other locations anymore because I had taken an opportunity with one of the stores. So that's the use case for that exclusion list, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that. The thing, like with his location, he probably would just overlap radiuses. You can target by radius, by zip code, by city, by state, by country. Maybe I'm missing something else. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do exclusion. I know. Yeah, the only reason I hesitate is because it wasn't in there for a while, but I'm pretty sure it got put in there.
Okay, well, we'll check it out.
Also,
find out.
Interest and behavior. There's a whole bunch of different, everything that's available on Facebook. It's there.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom, for giving me your credit card. I'm going to buy some pizza with it.
Does Uphex allow for video ads?
Yes.
Okay. Do you do nonprofit or not-for-profit? Just curious.
As a special category, I'm pretty sure that's a special category, right? We do special categories, yes.
Awesome. All right. Roger's got another question.
I love all these like nuanced questions because some of them, like, I've never run ads for a nonprofit before after 9 years of doing this, but I'm pretty sure, yeah. Go ahead, Roger.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay. So you're offering, like, you have 1 to 3 for $97. If I've got 10 sub accounts in high level, can I assign your 3 accounts to those specific high level accounts? Is that how it works?
Yeah, it's the connections made. So if you have 10 people, but you're like, hey, I want to try this out with 2 or 3 of them,
Right.
that's how we charge.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yep. And then Bobby.
All right, Bobby, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, hey, how are you? Just had a quick question for you about the individual. So if they're not used to running Facebook ads and Zuckerberg zaps them, if they're not used to going into the back end of Uphex, like, do you basically just take over for them at that point and charge them a fee? Is that kind of how you've done it in the past, Sam?
It's a good question. Everybody does different things. We do it for them, right? Generally, those things don't happen except for like within the first onboarding session, like with that first time frame. But we do it for them. Some people do it differently. We have we have calls every Wednesday with Jacob where you can ask questions like that. We also have videos that show you how to do it. But generally speaking, we do assist our customers. That way, I say this saying, it's like with lack of information, people make up their own. Okay. So even though, like you said, Zuckerberg will zap people, it's not because they broke terms and policy, because they have an algorithm that will shut campaigns. And sometimes all you have to do is just click the little button that says review, and then it's cleaned up in 15 minutes. But, it comes off as kind of scary. Glenn, it will be search and display.
All right, Rob's got another question. How is the data accessible? Is there an API so we can transfer to Google Sheets, for example?
That's a nerd question.
What exact data, Rob? Rob, do you want to unmute yourself and come on live and ask?
I'll tell you right now, Rob, when you come on my Friday calls, whenever people come on, I say, all right, you can ask questions like this, but if you ask me questions like this, chances are I won't know the answer. But proceed forward, please.
If it's I'm assuming if it's like, customer data, name, email, phone number, stuff like that.
I think it's performance metrics. He wants to know if you can take template metrics and ad metrics and push them out into a Google sheet. I've never heard of anybody doing that. So so he says yes. So I'm guessing you cannot, but I don't know. And I will say we're working on a couple things right now that I know that the APIs have to talk to one another. So I don't know, Rob. Have your nerds talk to my nerds. We'll figure it out.
There you go. All right. We are at the end of this. We've stayed quite a bit long. I know you guys got more questions. We're not going to be able to go through this. Again, Sam's put in the link there. Anyone who is interested to sign up for any of the questions. This is streaming in the Facebook group. Feel free to throw in your questions there. Yes, the replay will be available there as well. And Sam and I and other team members will try our best to answer all the questions there that you guys may have. And I'll do my best to bring Sam on again to help answer more questions that you guys may have. And maybe Sam, you can join us on one of the Friday calls.
I'd love to.
Q&As.
I'd love to. Thank you for having me.
All right, guys. Thank you, everyone. Again, the link is ghl.uphex.com/extendly. That's available there. We will see you guys all later. You have a great one.
See you guys.
Want to learn Go High Level in a structured format? Check out the ghlacademy.com by Extendly. We guarantee to save you 6 months of wasted subscription costs for High Level. Just visit the ghlacademy.com.